Between two oceans and two continents lies a world unlike any other. 17,000 islands scattered across the equator like emeralds on blue silk. The ancient sailors called it Nusantara, the archipelago between the waters. Today, we call it Indonesia. Stretching wider than the United States, home to nearly 300 million souls, it is the largest island nation on Earth. And yet, most of the world has never truly seen it. This is Indonesia, the Emerald Horizon. Indonesia was not built gently. It was forged in fire. Here, along the Pacific Ring of Fire, more than 130 active volcanoes rise from the sea, more than any other country on the planet. In the highlands of East Java, Mount Bromo breathes smoke into the dawn, a living god in a sea of sand. And in the crater of Kawah Ijen, miners descend into clouds of sulfur, where the earth itself burns with an unearthly blue flame. These mountains take, but they also give. Their ash becomes the richest soil on earth, feeding rice fields that have sustained civilizations for thousands of years. In Indonesia, destruction and creation are the same breath. Beyond the volcanoes lies the green heart of the nation. The rainforests of Sumatra and Borneo are among the oldest on Earth, older than the Amazon itself. In their canopy lives a quiet philosopher, the orangutan. In the Malay tongue, his name means person of the forest. A mother will carry her child for 8 years, teaching it every secret the jungle holds. And far to the east, on a handful of dry islands, walks a survivor from the age of dragons, the Komodo. 3 meters of muscle, armor, and patience, the largest lizard on Earth. It exists nowhere else, and it has ruled these islands for millions of years. This is a land where evolution simply chose differently. But Indonesia's greatest treasure lies hidden beneath the waves. In the far east, where the Pacific meets the Indian Ocean, rise the islands of Raja Ampat, the 4 kings. These waters hold more marine species than anywhere else on the planet. This is the Coral Triangle, the beating heart of the world's oceans. 3/4 of all coral species on Earth live here. Manta rays glide like shadows. Turtles drift through gardens older than empires. And rivers of silver fish move as one single mind. Scientists call it the Amazon of the seas. The local fishermen simply call it home. "500 years ago, these islands changed the course of human history. In the remote Maluku Islands, and nowhere else on Earth, grew 2 small treasures, nutmeg and cloves. In Europe, they were worth more than gold. Empires crossed oceans for them. Wars were fought for them. The age of exploration itself began with the search for these islands. The world's first global economy was built on the scent of Indonesian spice. And the Indonesians themselves were master sailors, long before the Europeans arrived. The Bugis people of Sulawesi built the Pinisi, great wooden schooners crafted entirely by hand, without a single blueprint. They still sail today, as they have for centuries. Yet the true soul of Indonesia is not in its land. It is in its people. 300 ethnic groups speaking more than 700 languages, woven together into a single nation. In the heart of Java stands Borobudur, the largest Buddhist monument on earth, raised stone by stone 12 centuries ago, then lost to the jungle and found again. On the island of Bali, life itself is a ceremony. Every morning, offerings of flowers and incense are placed at doorways, temples, and crossroads, a quiet conversation with the divine. Hands here still remember what machines never learned. The art of Batik, wax and dye, drawn line by line, a language of patterns passed from mother to daughter for 1,000 years. The bronze voices of the Gamelan, an orchestra with no conductor, where every player listens to everyone else. And in the flicker of oil lamps, the Wayang Kulit, shadow puppets performing epics that began 3,000 years ago and have never stopped. On the terraced hillsides, farmers still share water through subak, a system of cooperation 1,000 years old. Here they have a phrase, gotong royong. It means to carry the burden together. If you wish to understand Indonesia, begin at the table. Every island has its own kitchen, every kitchen its own story. In the highlands of West Sumatra, the Minangkabau slow-cook rendang, beef simmered in coconut milk and spice for half a day, until it becomes something closer to memory than food. CNN once named it the most delicious dish in the world. In the streets of Java, the wok never sleeps. Nasi Goreng, the beloved fried rice of the nation, is served from palace banquets to midnight food carts. Here, a meal is never just a meal. It is an offering, a celebration, an invitation. In Indonesia, no one eats alone. And then, there is the other Indonesia. Jakarta, a metropolis of over 10 million, one of the largest urban worlds ever built. By day, it moves like a tide of steel and ambition. By night, its streets become 1,000 kitchens, where satay smoke rises past glass towers. This is one of the youngest nations on Earth, more than half its people under 30, dreaming in code, in commerce, in art. An ancient civilization, learning to fly. On the coat of arms of this nation, the mythical bird Garuda holds a single phrase: Bhinneka, Tunggal, Ika. Unity in diversity. 17,000 islands, 700 languages, 6 faiths, 1 horizon. Perhaps that is Indonesia's quiet lesson to the world. The difference is not a wall, it is a bridge. And as the sun sets behind the emerald horizon, the islands do what they have always done. They endure, they give, they welcome. Indonesia is not waiting to be discovered. It is waiting to be understood.